According to legend, there isn't just one doorway to Agartha, but several. One of the most frequently cited locations is deep in the Himalayas. Mount Kailash. Mount Kailash isn't as tall as Mount Everest, but no one has ever reached its summit. Not because it's too hard to climb, but because something always seems to stop people from going all the way. According to local belief, only one person, the Buddhist monk Milarepa, ever reached the top. And even he was said to have done it not by climbing, but through spiritual means. Some theorists claim Kailash is not a mountain at all, but an ancient pyramid. In esoteric tradition, it's thought to be one of the main portals into Agartha. Saint Yves d'Alvedre, the man who first introduced Agartha to the Western world, said that its entrance was hidden beneath the Himalayas, and surprisingly, he said Tibetan monks were the ones who guarded it. Later, other explorers like Ferdinand Ossendowski heard similar stories. Monks in Tibet told them about tunnels under the mountains. These tunnels, they said, lead to a huge underground world ruled by a mysterious king of the world. On the other side of the globe, Mount Shasta in Northern California is tied to another powerful legend. Here, the story shifts from Tibetan monks to the mythical Lemurians. They were survivors of an ancient lost continent. According to the legend, they built an underground city called Telos beneath Mount Shasta. But over time, Mount Shasta has been a magnet for spiritual seekers and adventurers alike. People talk about strange lights, mysterious disappearances, and sightings of tall, robed beings in the forest. In 1987, it became a gathering point for the harmonic convergence, linking it to global spiritual energy and interdimensional portals. Whether these beings are remnants of Lemuria or connected to Agartha, many believe the tunnel systems below Mount Shasta lead straight to the inner earth. Then there's Egypt. Beneath the Great Pyramid of Giza, near the ancient Sphinx, lies an entrance said to lead directly into Agartha. Recent discoveries have revealed previously unknown chambers and subterranean tunnels beneath the plateau. These findings challenge everything we've been told that the pyramids were mere tombs. They are perfectly lined up with stars in Orion's belt. Their shapes and sizes follow exact math. The way they were built is too advanced for the time. That's why many people think they weren't built by regular humans. This is where the Hall of Records comes in. It's a hidden room that many believe is under the Sphinx. They say it holds lost knowledge from before the Great Flood. The Sphinx then might not be just a statue. Maybe the Sphinx isn't guarding treasure, but the truth about the Hollow Earth. The next possible entrance is Mount Rushmore. Most people see it as a national monument. It shows the faces of 4 American presidents. But behind those faces, a doorway was recently discovered. For a long time, no one knew it was there. And if there's a door, it must lead somewhere, right? Many say it leads to a hidden room called the Hall of Records. This room was supposed to store important documents, but it was never finished. Today it is sealed and no one is allowed to enter. If it's sealed and people aren't allowed in, that usually means something is being hidden. Now add to that the location. Mount Rushmore stands in the Black Hills of South Dakota. For centuries, native tribes have said this land is sacred. They believe it holds powerful energy, so it's no surprise that many people think this door doesn't lead to a room with old papers. They believe it leads straight into Agartha. But the place most people believe is connected to Agartha is even farther south. We're talking about Antarctica. Many say that deep beneath that ice lies one of the most closely guarded entrances to the inner Earth. In the late 1930s, Nazi Germany launched an expedition to this frozen continent. Officially, it was a scientific mission, but it didn't take long for rumors to grow around it. According to these stories, the Nazis didn't just study the terrain, they built an underground base. They called it Base 211, or New Schwabenland. But many believe it wasn't a shelter at all. They think the Nazis found pathways that lead directly into the inner earth. The base may have been just a cover and an excuse to stay and explore without being questioned. Or maybe it was built not to hide from the world above, but to connect with the world below. Just after World War II, in 1946, the United States launched Operation High Jump, led by Admiral Richard E. Byrd. It was one of the largest military expeditions to Antarctica ever assembled, involving ships, planes, thousands of troops, and a significant amount of secrecy. The reason for the expedition was to test equipment in extreme cold, or at least that is what they told us. But the mission was cut short and much shorter than planned, and what happened next only added to the mystery. According to a secret diary later attributed to Admiral Byrd, he saw something no one expected. In his diary, Byrd describes flying beyond the South Pole into a warm land, lush and green, with strange animals and an advanced civilization. He writes of encountering beings who warned him about the state of the surface world, expressing concern over our path of destruction. Byrd called this place the land beyond the poles. Now, if this diary is real, then Admiral Byrd didn't just stumble upon a new continent. He may have crossed the threshold into Agartha itself. And on top of that, Antarctica continues to be surrounded by restricted zones, unexplained magnetic anomalies, and international treaties that strictly limit civilian access. Could these measures be about environmental protection? Maybe, but many believe they serve another purpose: to keep what's underneath hidden. The Amazon rainforest is another entrance to Agartha. Indigenous tribes speak of portals hidden deep in the jungle, guarded by nature and time. There are stories of glowing caverns, lost cities swallowed by vines, and guardians who appear only when the uninvited get too close. In many parts of the Amazon, people disappear without explanation. Those who return speak of strange lights and voices in the dark. In these places, compasses fail, and the jungle itself seems to breathe. Hidden within that living green maze are said to be the ancient doors, remnants of a civilization that went below long ago and never returned. It's no coincidence that some of the earliest references to Agartha-like worlds come from South America. Even without written language, oral traditions preserved across centuries continue to describe a great kingdom below, accessed only by those who are called. Beyond the entrances we've already explored, there are many others, from Mount Epomeo in Italy to the lost trails of King Solomon's mines. But knowing where the doors are isn't enough to open them and to enter Agartha. You can't enter by walking or digging, because Agartha isn't just protected by distance or terrain, but by frequency as well. Some modern theories say that Agartha exists on a different frequency than our world. Think of it like a hidden radio station. It's always on, but you can only hear it if you're tuned in just right. That means these entrances don't open just because of where you are. They open based on your energy. Only when a person is in the right state, spiritually, emotionally, and even physically, can the gate appear. This idea shows up in many stories as well. Explorers lost in caves who suddenly find glowing rooms. Monks who say the tunnels open only to those who are pure. It's said that if someone isn't ready, they won't even see the entrance, even if it's right in front of them. But even that isn't enough, because these entrances are not unguarded. In Antarctica, they're guarded by beings known as the Wall Guardians. In Tibet, the entrances are protected by monks trained to guard ancient secrets. In Egypt, the guardian is the Sphinx. In South America, shamans warn of sacred paths that lead not to gold, but to silence. And then there are the quiet watchers, those in secret societies, hidden orders, or even positions of power, who know more than they say. Some claim that entire governments have knowledge of Agartha's location and are actively keeping it from public view. But why hide it? Well, the answer might be simpler than you think. According to those who guard the story, we are not ready for what is down there. It's not that we don't have the technology to get there. The problem is inside us. We don't have the calm, the focus, or the humility. And Agartha is not a place for people who want power just to control others. It's a place built on balance and peace. And balance can't exist if someone brings greed, pride, or destruction with them. History shows us what we usually do when we find something powerful. We try to take it and we use it for our own gain. Now imagine what would happen if a peaceful place opened its doors to our world full of chaos. That's why Agartha is hidden. Not forever, but until we change.